Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to explain how you can get started with your graphic design journey using CorelDRAW as the main tool. Now before we go into CorelDRAW, I'm going to explain what is CorelDRAW, basically what is graphic design. Now graphic design is a way or a means in which designers use to communicate with their audience. Alright, so basically we communicate with people, either customers of a business or our audience, using graphics. When I say graphic, I mean combination of text, component, pictures, icons, as well structured to give a very nice design. Alright, so it could be a business graphic like a flyer, it could be an invitation card, it could be a logo for branding. Basically, we use graphic design to communicate with a larger audience using graphics. So we have two categories of graphic design tools. We have the vector based graphic design tool, and then we have the pixel based graphic design tool. Now the vector based graphic design tool, we use these tools uses lines. Okay, you draw lines to make a complete graphic work, while the pixel based graphic design tools uses some tiny dots that we refer to as pixels. All right, so we are not going to go into that for now, but we are just going to focus on CorelDRAW, which is one of the vector based graphic design tools. All right, so here's how to get started with CorelDRAW. You can there are different ways. When you install the CorelDRAW app and you open it, it's going to take you right here to your welcome or home screen. You can get started from here where we have new document. You can also get started from here creating a document. Basically, we are trying to create a new design or graphic document where we can start our design. You can't actually design from here. This is a welcome screen or a home screen, right? So to create our design environment or our graphic environment, you just tap on right there, new, that is start a new document, or you click on new document right there, or you can go to the top left corner up there and select and tap on it or click on it. You can see the keyboard shortcut there, Control N. Okay, so there are different ways you can get started with a new CorelDRAW graphic work. So to get started, I'm going to click on my new document option right here and then set my design properties as my graphic properties. Okay, so assuming that I want to design for social media, I want to design an app, a graphic for social media, to like Instagram status story or Facebook story or something like that, WhatsApp, like a meta ad. Okay, so I can actually come over here and begin with the title of my design. You can see their name, so I'm going to say let's say real estate graphic, and then preset destination. I'm going to leave that. The size, now the size matters a lot. This is one of the things you consider when you start a graphic. We have different sizes for different types of graphic work. Alright, so I'm not going to leave it on later. First of all, I'll change it from inches to pixels. Okay, now it's not as if the rest of them are wrong, but most designers prefer using pixel. One of the reasons being that pixel is easier to manipulate or to to resize using pixel. Alright, so I'll come over here. The width of my design is going to be 1080 pixels, while the height is going to be 1920, that is 1920 pixels. Alright, so this is the size I'm going to use for my story section design or status. Let's say I want to design a graphic to be posted on my Instagram story or Facebook story or WhatsApp status. Okay, I'm going to that's the size I use. Then the color mode, very important. Again, we have CMYK and RGB color mode. Now RGB color mode stands for red, green and blue. Okay, that's our primary color mode for when designing red, green and blue. Now we use RGB when we are about to design for screen display, which means that if what you are about to design is not for printing, you are not going to print it, it's only for online or maybe to be posted on or over the internet or on social media or something. Yeah, you use RGB mode, but you use CMYK. CMYK there stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and key. All right. Key there is just black. All right, it's just black. So CMYK is more printer friendly, which means that you use CMYK color mode when you are designing for printing a printable graphic, like a flyer or an invitation card which will be printed, or a banner, or a billboard or something like that. Okay, so if it is going to be printed, you use CMYK. If it is not for printing, you use RGB. Now, considering what we're about to design, we're assuming that, okay, this is a real estate graphic that is going to be posted online. Okay, so we're going to use RGB, not CMYK. I'm going to leave the rendering resolution for now the way it is. All right, then I'm going to confirm that by tapping OK. This is now going to create my design environment. Okay, so throughout this video, we are going to see how we are going to get used to this CorelDRAW interface, and I'll be giving you some very important keyboard shortcuts, okay, to help you work faster in CorelDRAW while designing. So first of all, I would like to view my full page. Like, as you can see, I'm actually zoomed in. All right, so I can't see my full page. I can only see part of the page. So to be able to see the page, like right here on my screen, I'll need to zoom out. All right, so to do that, I'm going to pick the zoom tool right here, select it from the toolbox. It is referred to as the toolbox. Okay, so pick the zoom tool from the toolbox, come over here, and then select zoom to page or to page. Once you do that, it's going to zoom to page. All right, then you drop your zoom tool, and there you go. So this is the size of the graphic I'm about to design right now. Okay, this will fit perfectly on my Facebook story, Instagram story, or WhatsApp status. All right, so that is it. I can also return back to the zoom tool. Let's talk a little bit about the tools on the toolbox. Now, the toolbox contains very important tools that you need to get started and to complete a graphic design work or job or project. Okay, so starting from the pick tool, we have the shape tool, we have the crop tool, zoom tool, freehand tool, artistic media tool, and the different shape tools, including the text tool right here. So basically, if you want to draw anything, or if you want to type or insert anything on your design, you pick from the zoom tool, from the toolbox right here. All right, consider the pick tool, that's the first tool on the toolbox. Consider it as your mouse cursor right here. Whatever you can do with your mouse cursor, you can do with the pick tool. All right, you can use it to drag things around. For example, if I draw a rectangle, yeah, I can select the pick tool, all right, and then use it to drag it around my interface or workspace. I can also use it to resize an object right here. Okay, over there, I can use it to select colors or apply colors to an object. So basically, your pick tool is your cursor. Okay, then coming over here, we have the shape tool. I'm going to cover the shape tool on a later video, so I'm not going to talk much about it right here. But the shape tool is used, or can be used, to convert a shape to another shape. Basically, you can convert this from a rectangle to a square, or you can convert it to a triangle. Basically, to reshape an object or manipulate an existing shape. For example, I can do something like this using the shape tool. If I come over here and then I'll drag this up, right? You can easily manipulate an existing shape using the shape tool. Okay, so that is one of the uses of the shape tool anyway. And then coming down to the crop tool. So if you take note of this, if you press a particular tool and you hold it, it's going to reveal other tools hidden or grouped together under it. Okay, we have the crop tool, the knife tool, the visual segment delete. Coming to the crop tool, the zoom tool, we have zoom and pan tool, and so on. All right. So yeah, that's just a start. We have the freehand tool, which is used for drawing lines. The freehand tool is used for drawing lines. So if I pick the freehand tool and I come over here, tap, and then drag, that gives me a straight line, and then drop. All right, I have my line. I can manipulate my line in different ways from up here. I can set an arrow, and on the tip, on the other end, I can set another arrow there. Then in the middle, I can switch to a different type of line. Okay,